The room went silent the moment she said the words. "Sir, I'm the new owner." For half a second, no one reacted. Then the millionaire burst out laughing. Not a polite laugh. Not a nervous one. A loud, confident laugh that filled the glass office, bouncing off the walls like he had just heard the best joke of his life. The men standing behind him laughed too. For suits. For smirks. For people absolutely certain that the young woman standing in front of them had lost her mind. But she didn't smile. She didn't flinch. She didn't step back. She just stood there, calm, steady, waiting. And that's when everything changed. Before we go any further, if you enjoy emotional stories with unexpected turns like this one, make sure you like the video and subscribe to Emotional Twist. It really helps the channel grow, and you won't miss stories that stay with you long after they end. Now back to the moment that made this room unforgettable. Richard Halston was not a man who got laughed at. He was the one people laughed with or stayed quiet around. A self-made millionaire, tech investments, real estate, power, control. His name carried weight in every boardroom he walked into. So when this young woman, dressed in simple clothes, no suit, no jewelry, no signs of wealth, claimed she owned his company, the reaction felt obvious to him. He leaned back in his chair, still laughing, holding a pen above the document on his glass desk. "That's a good one," he said, wiping a tear from his eye. "Who sent you?" The woman didn't answer. Richard glanced at the paper again. A routine contract. Something he had signed hundreds of times before. He was about to finish the signature just to prove a point. One of the men behind him muttered, "Security? Relax," Richard said, amused. "I want to hear how this ends." He finally looked up at her properly. She was young, early 20s maybe, hair pulled back, no makeup trying to impress. Her eyes weren't angry. They weren't scared either. They were focused, like she had already won and was simply waiting for the room to catch up. "Listen," Richard said, tapping the pen against the paper. "I've had competitors try worse stunts than this. But this," he laughed again, "claiming ownership? That's creative." She finally spoke again, her voice calm and steady. "I'm not here to argue. I'm here to watch you finish." That confidence irritated him more than the claim itself. "Finish what?" he asked. "The signature," she said. "The one that makes it official." Another laugh rippled through the room. Richard shrugged. "Fine. Let's finish this little show." He lowered the pen and signed. The moment the pen left the paper, something shifted. Not dramatically, not loudly, but something changed. The woman stepped closer and gently slid another document onto the desk. "Before you celebrate," she said, "you might want to read the last page." Richard frowned. He wasn't used to people giving him instructions. Still smiling, he glanced down. His smile faded, just slightly at first. The men behind him leaned in, curious now. Richard's eyes scanned the page, then scanned it again. His hand tightened around the pen. The room went quiet. "What is this?" he asked, no laughter left in his voice. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't need to. "It's the transfer clause," she said. "The one your lawyers added 3 years ago. The one you never thought would matter." Richard swallowed. The men behind him stopped smiling. "This document," she continued, "gives full ownership to the holder of that signature, if certain conditions are met." Richard looked up sharply. "That's impossible." She nodded toward the paper he had just signed. "You met them." His heart began to pound. He grabbed the document, flipping pages faster now, panic creeping into his movements. And then he saw it. The signature at the bottom of the transfer page. Not his, hers. Clear, confident, already there. The ink looked old, permanent. The room felt smaller. "Who are you?" Richard asked quietly. For the first time, she allowed herself a small smile. "My name is Anna," she said. "And 3 years ago, you bought a company from a man named Daniel Brooks." Richard froze. Daniel Brooks. A name he hadn't heard in years. A name he thought was buried. "That company," Anna continued, "was my father's." The air left Richard's chest. That's not possible, he said. Your father died. Yes, she said softly. He did. Silence pressed in. Richard remembered the deal now. A struggling startup. Brilliant idea. Bad timing. He had bought it cheap. Too cheap. He trusted you, Anna said. He believed your promises. He believed the clauses protected his family if anything happened to him. Richard's hands shook. He got sick, she went on. Very sick. While you expanded the company using his work. One of the men behind Richard whispered. Richard, he ignored them. You think this is revenge? Richard snapped. You think a piece of paper. It's not revenge, Anna said. It's responsibility. She leaned forward slightly. You laughed when I walked in, just like you laughed when my father asked for more time. Richard stood up abruptly, his chair scraping against the floor. You can't do this, he said. You don't understand what you're dealing with. Anna met his eyes. I understand exactly what I'm dealing with, she said. I grew up watching my mother work 2 jobs while you turned my father's idea into millions. The men behind Richard shifted uncomfortably. This meeting is over, Richard barked. Get her out. No one moved. Anna looked at the men behind him. You might want to check your emails, she said. The board has already been notified. One by one, phones came out. Faces changed. Shock, confusion, fear. Richard's phone buzzed. He looked at the screen. Board notification. Emergency vote. Ownership transfer confirmed. The pen slipped from his hand. This isn't how it ends, he whispered. Anna straightened. No, she said. It's how it begins. She turned toward the door, then paused. I'm not here to destroy you, she added. I'm here to make sure what you built on someone else's work finally does some good. She walked out. The door closed softly behind her. No applause. No dramatic music. Just silence. Richard sank back into his chair, staring at the signature that changed everything. Outside the office, Anna exhaled for the first time in minutes. She hadn't known if it would work. She had prepared for years, studied contracts, learned the system her father trusted too easily. Now she wasn't just a new owner. She was proof that quiet patience can outlast arrogance. And that sometimes the biggest twists don't come with shouting. They come with a signature. If the story made you feel something, let us know in the comments what part hit you the hardest. And if you think someone else needs to hear this message, share this video with them. Stories like this are why Emotional Twist exists. Because not every victory is loud, but the right one is always unforgettable.